friends.
Just fixing ourselves here. Welcome to Off Script, which is our video podcast that we do Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays on fox4now.com. You just click watch live. You might be watching us on Facebook or YouTube. That's because we stream there as well. We like to sprinkle it in all over the place, but this is, we go off script.
That's right. This is our opportunity to connect with you, tell you the stories of the day, what's going on in your neighborhood, in your state, but also, have a little conversation and just be real people as well.
Amen. So did you wake up on the right side or the wrong side of the bed today?
I think I woke up on the right side of the bed today. I actually thought about it.
This person's sleeping over here. Hold on. Where did they go? There they are. Hold on. I want to play that again. What? Okay, I guess it's just a picture. Is it just a picture? Oh, it was moving? I didn't see him breathing in his sleep. It's super awkward. I'm not used to staring at people as their chest rises and falls. There we go.
There we go.
I think we went off track for a little bit there.
It's okay. We're back. We're back and we are rolling.
Light shots of his goatee.
So this story basically says that 37% of Americans say they know within 10 minutes of waking up whether today will be a good day or a bad day. Is this true for you? And also, was today a good day or a bad day for you when you woke up?
I woke up awake. I woke up before my alarm today.
Okay.
I think that's fair to say you can feel whether it's going to be a good day or bad day because you just know where your head's at. See, but how do you classify good day or bad day? I'm not having a bad day, but I'm kind of in just a quiet mood today.
Sure. I get that. I think it's the days when it's you stub your toe, the coffee, you forgot to put the water in the coffee pot. You know what I mean? You need to get gas. It's those type of things that really make for it's going to be a crappy day.
Yeah, just one thing after another.
100%. But today we're cruising, we're rolling. We hope you're having a good day. And if not, we hope that we can help to lift your spirits too.
Can you tell she just got back from vacation?
No, I can hear it. I can hear myself. Give me a week.
Tell me about it.
Oh man, we went to Cartagena, Colombia.
Oh, beautiful.
It was amazing. It was historic. Your girl went snorkeling.
Okay.
Last time we went
to like snorkeling?
So it depends on the time. That's what I was going to tell you. When we went to Hawaii, I got out there. They take you way out. And I'm like, hold on a second. I can't see. You know what I mean?
Right. I want to be able to see.
I want to be able to see. So for a year, they called me Chicken of the Sea because I did not go in the water. So I was like, this year that's not happening. We actually went and snorkeled right outside of Pablo Escobar's house.
Oh, no way.
They have an airplane, from an airplane crash involving him, big story.
Yeah.
And so you can actually snorkel and you can see the airplane, the wing and stuff. So it was really cool.
That's crazy.
But the coolest thing we did was we went into, for anybody thinking about, I'm kind of amazed that we posted about going to Cartagena. And all of these people, people that I don't even know, were asking me tips and tricks and questions about it.
Yeah,
so
it's
a lot of people.
there.
It is so beautiful. It is so historic, and they have this mud volcano as well. So you climb to the top of it, dude. When I tell you, I was like, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I'm not gonna do that.
Why?
It was, I don't know. I'm just,
You didn't want to get dirty?
I didn't want to get dirty, but I brought my bonnet just in case.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, it was one of the most amazing experiences. It's this mud from the volcano that there's no gravity to it. I don't know how to explain it, but you're literally just floating in mud.
Oh, that's so crazy.
And think about a mud, like a facial. You know what I
I'm
mean?
sure it's so good for your skin.
My skin felt
Your skin
so
looks
smooth.
beautiful.
Really? Because
Yeah.
I'm breaking out from traveling, but thank you. But it felt so smooth. It was so good. And I just have to shout out the people of Colombia. When we got out of that volcano, you got volcano mud everywhere.
Yeah. Sorry.
The girls that work at the bottom, they
help you.
I think I was her child.
Get it out of everywhere.
Oh my gosh. She might have given birth to me. I was just like, whoa,
okay.
Yep,
We're gonna clean that out.
100%.
Okay.
But the food, everything, I just highly, highly recommend. I can't take up the whole podcast talking about it, but it was just one of the best trips of my life.
I love to hear that.
It was awesome.
I love to hear that. That's amazing. Well, speaking of traveling, when you go to check your bags, if you check a bag at the airport and they're always like, ma'am, do you have any aerosol cans? Do you have any lithium ion batteries?
And you're like, no.
I know, but do you know why they ask that?
Is it because of the people who have the suitcases that have the lithium batteries inside of them?
So it took me a minute years ago to register it. They don't want them in your checked bags because lithium ion batteries are known for blowing up or
Explosions.
explosions
Yeah.
or fires,
Yeah.
right? Like the hoverboards.
Exactly.
Remember all those fires back in the day?
Yeah.
So they don't want it under the plane in the cargo because nobody can do anything about it.
Yeah.
You can bring lithium ion batteries, but they have to be with you, like in
Mhm.
your bag.
Carry
And the
on.
reason why is because they're known to catch fire. And that is what happened. So we had an emergency landing in Fort Myers yesterday morning, a Delta flight that was going from, I think it was
Atlanta.
Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Dude's lithium ion battery caught on fire.
Shut up. I'd be so
Right?
embarrassed being that guy.
And I would be freaking out if I was sitting next to him, like, holy crap. They start seeing smoke in the or not the
Yeah.
cockpit, in the, what do you call that?
The cabin.
The cabin. Thank
Yeah.
you. And sorry, I just had to do my airline thing. But they have these bags, apparently, that they just take it and quickly put it in and seal it, and it stops it.
Yes. That was a red flag, a red light for me. Sorry.
Hi, you're like a squirrel today.
So sorry.
Easily distracted.
Because that's why they don't want you to have them in your bags. Because at least if it happens in the cabin, they have those containment bags.
Exactly.
That made like a lot of sense to
Or
me.
even like, at least you know it's happening. Imagine if it's underneath. So now you know why when the lovely lady or gentleman, when you're checking your luggage, is like, do you have any of this? Just answer honestly.
For real.
Nobody wants the plane to catch on fire.
I know that's
I'm glad there were no injuries, though.
Yep. We're glad they're okay. Travel. I have to tell you this. All right.
Okay.
So TSA, you know how you take your shoes off? Do you have pre-check?
I
Is
have
that a personal
pre-check.
question? Okay. Yeah.
That is kind of personal, but I
Sorry.
definitely have pre-check.
Okay.
And you know what? It makes all the difference when you have children, and you don't have to do it for your kids. They automatically fall under you.
Right. Oh,
Mhm.
nice. So you're in there versus like one dun 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 dun. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes. With 3 kids, you don't want them taking their shoes off.
No, girl. No. Especially like babies.
Right?
Right.
But now that's going to be a thing of the past, right?
Right. So that's what I've loved about pre-check. Part of it is that you don't have to take your shoes off. But now TSA, according to reports, it sounds like TSA is going to be moving away from requiring you to take your shoes off when you go through security. Now, to be fair, the TSA has not put out an official statement just yet, but this has been reported at multiple outlets like Washington Post, all the things, that you can expect to see that change soon. And I will say I flew out of Miami. I do have pre-check, but I did observe that some of the people in the, I don't want to say regular line,
I mean,
normal line,
Yeah.
the other line, they did not have to take their shoes off. And I
Yeah.
was wondering, like, what is actually going on here? So that is apparently it was like a thing after, remember that
the guy with the shoe bomb.
100%.
Yeah. Because when I was a kid, you didn't take your shoes off. That was not a thing.
Right. It was like early 2000s, right? When that
I don't
shoe bomber
remember.
guy.
It all
And then
blends together.
they relaxed it for a little bit. Then they brought it back. Now they're like, we got to like do something about this.
That's why we have taken the shoes off, and the 1 ounce or 3 ounce, whatever liquid in the bag
Yes.
is because of another incident.
Yes.
So, if you don't have TSA pre-check, it's actually relatively easy to get. You just fill out the stuff online, and you have to go to a designated location. I went to the airport.
Yep.
They like asked me some questions. I think they took fingerprints, maybe.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. Either way, it's easy, and then I think it's good for several years. I want to say 5, and you go on the separate line. I will say it's becoming so popular now. The other day I was in it. My line was longer than the normal line.
Been there.
Right?
Atlanta airport gets me for that every time.
It's not a
Been there.
Southwest Florida problem. It's like the bigger cities.
Yes.
I notice I'm like, why am I waiting in this line? I could have gone in the regular line.
Also, because TSA has been dealing with like hiring issues, sometimes the first lane to close is the pre-check line. That happened to me traveling this time. So, you're like, oh, I got pre-check. It's good. I can get there a little later. Not really, because you're grouped in and the line is obviously even longer then.
Yeah.
So,
It's a like running joke in my family whenever we travel. Every time without fail. Every single time without fail, I get pulled.
no.
Every time.
No.
Every
no.
time.
Oh, this is tea. Hold on a second.
Yes, every time. Yeah, I get pulled. Like, ma'am,
Step
not
inside.
not because I put the wrong thing in my bag. Just
Yeah.
like you're the random check.
Stop.
We're gonna
It's not
patch
giving
you or
random
whatever.
if it's happening every time, honey.
I mean,
That's crazy.
one time I'll never forget. Oh my gosh, I almost died. They did that thing where they swipe your hand with like the. Have you ever done that?
No,
They
I
take
don't know what
this-
you're talking
They
about.
take the stick. They're like, this is just a random check. We do it randomly.
Yeah.
Stick out your hand, and they rub your hand to check it for, I guess, like
Residue?
explosive residue or something, and it tested positive. And they're like, we're gonna do that again because I was like, I used hairspray. I don't know. Who knows what it was? It could have just been like a false positive or something. And they did it
Yeah.
again, and it was fine.
But you did pass eventually, right? I just want to be clear.
Yes, of
Oh,
course.
girl.
Hello.
Okay.
Drina, says hi from Michigan. We're so glad that you're watching. Is she on Facebook? Allie and Nahar in here with us. Always our producers. They're amazing. We would not be able to do life without them here at Fox 4.
Amen.
Man, we have people watching from all over.
Let's
There's
go,
a lot of
Michigan.
Michigan folk in
Down.
Southwest Florida.
Yeah.
I love Michigan.
So I see your license plates. Really happy to
Have
have
you ever been to Michigan?
Just flying through Detroit.
Okay, so my husband's family has a home in Petoskey, which is like upper
North, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Gorgeous.
It's like
I want to go to Michigan during the summer.
that's when we go.
Yes.
It is like you go out on the lake. It is beautiful.
Love.
Like you're back in time.
I
Just
love
like
that.
slows down.
Yes. Yes.
It's nice.
They have those beautiful tall trees.
It's just
Michigan.
gorgeous. Yeah.
It's beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to go there.
Yeah. Grass is always greener.
Facts. I'm not trying to go to Michigan in the winter, though. I want to be clear about that.
Same.
I hear it's beautiful, but no thanks.
Let's talk about this because you were all over this today. So there's potentially mixed use, shared use path coming to more of Fort Myers. Tell me about it.
All right, so Caloosahatchee Bridge, we
Okay.
know it, right?
Yeah.
Caloosahatchee Bridge, for those of you who are not familiar with it, we're talking about the bridge that connects you from downtown Fort Myers to North Fort Myers from the downtown district, essentially.
Right. Caloosahatchee, Midpoint,
Right.
Cape Coral, right?
Right. So this is this one right here by downtown Fort Myers. So essentially, some of the Lee County planners, they're looking at this area and they're saying, okay, how can we create more of a mixed use space for our pedestrians, people who walk, people who use e-bikes, scooters? How can we create more of a place for them to walk and do all the things, but also create a safe zone for them as
Okay.
well, right? So they're looking at all this dotted area. Do you see how it surrounds? Like we're talking about all of this. It goes all the way up to like Littleton Road in North Fort Myers.
But it would be like a loop you could do.
It would be, well, this is just the area that they're assessing.
Gotcha.
Right? This is a path right now. See, it tells you right here. This is the existing Sun Trail network. Sorry, this is the existing Sun Trail network right now. Now, remember, over the bridge, they just put that sidewalk.
Just put the sidewalk. And you were telling me about how many people are using it.
Yes. Remember when the sidewalk first came up, people were like, why are they closing the roadways?
Yeah.
We don't want this. We need to use our tax dollars for something else. Well, it looks like some people really enjoy it because the numbers from the cameras that they have are showing that a lot of people are using it, and the numbers go up during the weekend.
You were saying like hundreds
100%.
on even just like one Saturday.
Like a Saturday's like 300 people using this.
See, so if you ever thought, oh, they shouldn't do that, you're wrong.
Right.
I mean that in the
Pol-
most
and,
loving way.
Like with love.
but sounded like a mom there. You're wrong. Sorry.
Your mom in this came out
Oh my
there,
gosh.
homegirl.
Wow, that was awkward.
However, so they're looking at saying, all right, how can we create this mixed use path? It is just a conversation right now. But what's really important here is they want to hear from you. What do you think? Do you think that we should have, how would you describe like a mixed use path? Like it's a sidewalk that has like dividers.
So you can have walking pedestrians, but then you'll see like the picture of the bike sprayed on. So you
Yes.
know, like the bikes, the e-bikes.
Yes, this is your lane.
The roller skate. Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane, baby.
Right? Because nobody wants to get run over by a bicyclist. Ding, ding.
Especially crossing the bridge. So there is a survey. If you go to our website, our community correspondent, Miyoshi Price, who lives and works in Fort Myers.
It's amazing.
She's amazing. She's so dedicated to Fort Myers. She actually covered this story and she posted the link. So if you have some input as to whether or not you want to see it, first of all, let us know. Feel free to let us know right now. But also, if you want the planning officials to know, you can find that link on our website, fox4now.com. It's under Miyoshi's story. Our producer, Neha, also took a look at the results. We had that survey up during
A poll, yeah.
Yeah, during our hot topic today, during the newscast. Most people said they want to see that mixed use pathway.
Yeah, I mean, anything. We're in Southwest Florida, you want to be outside, right? So you want to be able to walk and bike and do whatever you want to do. So, and safety obviously is a huge concern.
Did you ever cross the bridge when there was no sidewalk?
That specific bridge?
Yes.
I mean, in a car, but I would have never
Yeah.
walked that.
Yeah.
Like that would stress me out.
Yeah, it was scary. I did it one time, just being young, and but the time I got to the top, I was like, this is a bad idea.
A bad idea. Because, well, you don't realize, I'm sure, until those cars are flying past you, how close they are.
That's
and,
right.
like, if one wrong move, especially how many people do we see looking at their phone nowadays? Like, you know, you just have to be so careful. So
Exactly.
I like that concrete barrier.
Someone was saying on Facebook that their concern with this whole project has been how narrow the roadways have gotten on the Caloosahatchee Bridge.
It's narrow.
And I have to agree with that. I mean, you know, I feel like I'm driving like this, just trying to keep my car in my lane.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? So we definitely hear those concerns as well.
10 and 2. 10 and 2, girl. Let's go to Charlotte County. So have you stayed or been to the new Sunseeker Resort there?
No,
I have not.
no, I have not.
Several of our Fox 4 coworkers, though, have gone to eat dinner there, have done little staycations there, weekends there. So this was a huge project, long time coming, lots of delays because of hurricanes, et cetera, et cetera. Allegiant Air is in Charlotte County, so they built this thinking, okay, we're going to make this a tourist destination. Well, it kind of flopped, if you will, financially for them. So they actually just sold for $200 million. So they had low occupancy, they lost money. But locals were like not shocked. And we want to hear from you if you're watching us on Facebook, where you can drop a comment. Are you surprised by this? Because they were like, well, there's not much to do there, right? Like, you're on Charlotte Harbor. They have the pool. They got a couple restaurants, but okay, if you're not a golfer, you can golf. I think the golf course that's tied to the hotel is several miles away. So it's like, unless you just want to like go eat and chill at the pool, I don't know that that's a huge tourist draw.
I agree. When we first moved to Florida, we lived in Charlotte County, like down the street from where Sunseeker is.
I did not know this.
Yeah, and I can tell you that outside of this area and like crossing the bridge, there really is not much to do.
Right.
It's beautiful, but a lot of people, when they come to Florida, they want to go to the beach, right? You want to
Right.
be able to like hit the pool, hit the beach, hit
Go
the
jet skiing,
I was going to say
parasailing.
100% hit
Yeah.
the water sports, and like, you're not getting that experience here. And I understand the frustration too. I think a little personally. I had my 5-year-old and 6-year-old birthday party, like where the sun's on, like the Sunseeker's sitting on top of my party. There used to be like a golf course here, and it was
I
like
love that.
well known for like families. I mean, there's not much to do, so everybody would be at this golf course.
Yeah.
And so a lot of locals felt like you're losing a lot of that nostalgic family time local where I pay taxes. You're getting rid of that. You're putting this thing up and it's not even generating income. So
Right.
there's a lot of frustration when it comes to that. And so people are just saying, create something that's going to generate some money. So if it was sold to this company, they're like, please give us something where we can see the benefits of it being there.
So Blackstone, I don't know much about that company, but apparently they run large resorts, and so they're the ones that bought it for $200 million. So it'll be interesting to see what changes they make, if they
Yes.
make any. Who
Yes.
knows? To try and like up, they're gonna have to do something, right? Because clearly, right now it's just not working
Yeah.
like they wanted it to. So
We want to know what you think. We want to know what you think about that. So let us know in the comments. And our Alex O, who was here last week, you guys had a good time. I opened Facebook and it was like popping. The comments were popping. Everyone loves Alex O.
he's so much fun.
He's our Charlotte County community correspondent. So let him know as well what your thoughts are.
Yes. If you didn't know, if you don't follow Fox 4 closely yet, we do a neighborhood model. So it's kind of like old school, where each reporter lives and works in the area. So they get to know, the local business owners and the local city officials and the county officials. Because then it's truly like when you go back to like the newspaper days, like, hey, Bob, I need a tip.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can call people.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Bob. We won't out you. I love this next story in Lehigh Acres because there was this fire. It actually made me like, I didn't physically choke up, but I like felt emotional during the newscast because there's a firefighter dad, and he got a call, and it turned out the little boy that was calling was with his son. His son was the one that was hurt. Can you imagine, right? So you got to like keep your composure and go to this call. So 13-year-old Dayton Diaz called 911 because his friend was hurt in a crash, and the friend was Scott Walsh. So he got the Community Youth Hero Award. But the boy that was hurt, again, was the son of the firefighter. And he was like, you know what? I'm just so glad that this is him. That's the firefighter, and that's his son. And when he's talking about it, he starts to get choked up, and so does the little boy. And I was like, that must have been, could you imagine?
No.
That must have been so difficult because you got to just like keep it together and keep professional when you know your baby's
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah. You could hear like dad. What was dad saying? I didn't catch the full story. What was dad saying in that moment?
He was saying
like when he got
the call, and when he realized who it was, like the little boy, he's like, he called his phone too, and I forget his last name, Walsh, right? Yeah. He's like, Mr. Walsh, please come. We need you.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
bleeding real bad. He's
Oh my
bleeding real
gosh.
bad. And he's like, I just knew I had to keep it together
Wow,
and go and like, just do his job.
Right.
Because as a parent, you want to also rush there too. So, oh my gosh, it's crazy. It makes you think of all those poor people in Texas, like dealing with the craziness and not knowing where their kids are right now. It's it's been a bit of a heavy week news-wise for sure.
Yeah, I felt like we had a number of shootings, hit and run crashes, and then the Texas story as well, which I feel like, man, I'm telling you, I tried to disconnect, but that Texas story,
It's so heavy.
yeah, man.
There's heavy news everywhere, right? Like no matter where you look, there are horrible, horrible, horrible things happening. Like we have stuff across the world,
Right.
and
It's true.
some just hit you a little differently. Like when you see these little faces, anytime it's kids, I
Kids.
just those
Yeah.
poor things,
Yeah.
poor things.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about our amazing lifeguards on Flagler Beach,
Okay.
because they had to do a rescue, and this was quite the rescue. Do you know who they had to rescue?
Surprise me.
It was a deer. Okay.
On the beach? A deer was on the beach?
In the water. Shut up. I swear to God. Wait, hold on. You'll see it. So, sharks were literally circling them. Look at. Stop. The deer was so
Oh, poor
tired.
baby.
Was so, like he or she, we don't know,
Drown.
was going to drown because he was so tired, was in the water. So they're like, we're going to go save him. But the witnesses on the beach were saying that the deer was in there for like an hour.
Oh no, treading water,
Like,
poor baby.
Oh, I'm so tired. So
Wow.
they went, look at sweet
Oh, wow, I
baby.
love this.
But while they were in the water, they said sharks were circling because
Yeah, of
they
course. They were
probably, I
like,
don't
oh,
know if
yeah.
the deer was hurt, but look at them. So they interviewed this guy and his sweet little curly mustache. And he's like, I'm just doing my job. Doesn't matter who it is, what it is. Just
Get in.
saving
Getting out the water.
saving souls.
I love that. Shout out
know.
to Flagler.
Do you see this mustache? Okay. It's a pretty cool mustache. I always wonder how they
Get it to curve.
keep it up.
All right, let's talk about AI. You know, it's one of my favorite topics.
I think that if you aren't using AI in your life right now in some way, shape, or form, you're losing out. Okay? There, I said it.
Wow.
And that's big for me.
I need to like take a second.
I know.
We planned our vacation. We figured out where we were going to go using ChatGPT.
That's
Chris Shaw was
crazy.
just telling me same thing. Like he used ChatGPT to figure out how they were going to spend 6 days in New York.
Like, there's plenty of people in my life who have not dabbled with it yet. I don't know. It's just like not in their norm, or they're thinking, oh, I'm not techie. You don't have to be. Like, you literally just ask it questions. And the more specific you are,
That's right.
the better the outcome. So, like, you can get recipes, you can make dinner, you can plan, you can say, I have $2,000. Create me a vacation with flights
That's
and
right.
hotels,
That's right.
and tell me where I can go for 3 days.
That's right. With my 3 children and my husband.
It's like insane because it has the whole internet at its fingertips, right? It pulls from, it's just amazing how fast it is.
100%. You're talking about seconds. We were in Colombia and we're like, all right, we want to hit these 3 places. We have this amount of time and we need to get this place by this place. ChatGPT in seconds planned out the rest of our day for us.
That's so crazy.
okay. So like I'm a little afraid that I'm becoming ChatGPT dependent, but at the same time, it's amazing how quickly it saves time.
But it's also, I think it's one of those things, I'm trying to think of a comparison, but it's going to be part of our lives. Like,
Yes.
so just get on board and use it. You don't even have to make an account. You can just use the free ChatGPT. I mean, I'm sure they're collecting data and stuff, but if you're just asking for recipes or, hey, where do I go? Give me a route to go here, there, everywhere. 75% of people right now say they are willing to let AI make purchases for them. I don't know if I'd do that. I don't know if I want it like linked to my moolah.
Okay. I thought about this for a second.
Okay.
So if and let me know what you think, but I feel like if AI is already keeping track of what I'm doing on Fashion Nova and all of these other websites, right? And it knows I like, maybe not me, but Neha likes like a certain crop top with, you know, at a certain size and a certain, you know, whatever. AI knows probably that, or my data is watching how many times I eye that particular piece. I feel like I could trust the AI to make an informed decision for me. And it probably knows at what price point I'm shopping as well.
I was going to say, can you give it a budget?
I feel like, yes, I feel like if I'm communicating with ChatGPT that much, or AI, where it's learned so much, honestly feel like I could probably trust it to do those kind of things.
You're probably in this next 36%. They call AI a good friend.
Okay, I did tell somebody the other day, I think my AI is a Black woman.
I would hope so.
But I think she's like, well, at first I envisioned my ChatGPT as like a geeky, like, you know, guy with glasses in a corner.
Oh, see, I think it's a reflection of us.
But it has become me. It is
Yeah.
a 21 20-year-old black woman.
Oh,
black
really? I
woman.
thought you were 19.
Thank you so much. A lot of people think
Telling
that.
you that lava
Girl, it's that volcano,
Doing its work.
volcano. But I do think I'm not going to say it's a good friend, but I'm like, as I'm saying, I'm a little concerned. I might be a little dependent on it.
Yeah.
I just feel like it is like talking to a person. Unfortunately, that's why there was that story. Remember the story of the guy who was
Oh my gosh, it is white. He was like in love with it.
in love with ChatGPT.
That movie. Have you seen that movie, Her?
You told me about it. It's on my watch list.
With Joaquin Phoenix, right? Yes, so good.
Yeah.
So good. For me, it's not so much like it's easy to talk to. For me, it's more this takes something that was going to take me at least 45 minutes and it does it in 10 seconds.
What is something that you guys are doing that ChatGPT is now doing for you that saves time? I want to know that.
I can tell you one thing at work.
All right.
When we write a story for the news, we write it in one way, but then we also have to get that story on the web. So I'll be like, hey, turn this into a web article using my exact, like I wrote the story. But just like format it for me. Bullet points. Who, what, where, when, why. Hey, I have these 5 ingredients in my fridge. Can you make me a recipe? Done.
Versus going on Google, or to your point about being reporting, having to sit there and write the web story from the broadcast story. 2 totally different scripts, which would have taken you how many minutes? 20 minutes minimum.
Probably 30.
Exactly, because writing the web script is the worst. I'm curious about you guys. How are you using ChatGPT?
Let's ask Nene.
Like workout routines.
Yes.
I haven't really explored with it much, but it gave me like a daily routine, like how I can use things in my diet, like cleaner and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So that was really good.
Alley oops. What about you, girlfriend?
I do it for makeup. When I'm looking for like a new foundation, I can take a picture of my face and send it in, and it will tell me what brands and what shade I
Nuh-uh.
should use for my skin tone.
So I wonder, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish I could do my makeup. Sometimes like the makeup artists do my makeup.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could be like, this is me. Tell me step by step how to do like the smoky glam eye that a makeup artist would do.
Do you know like James?
Bailey Saran,
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, you can literally say it and be like, and use tips from James Charles. Is that his name, Neha? Like James Charles, some of those famous like YouTubers, makeup gurus. You can literally say and use these tips and create a makeup guide for me.
That's kind of crazy.
It's crazy, but it's pulling so much data at
Who
one
was
time.
telling me that? Who was it? Somebody was just telling me you can take like a photo, like a janky photo of your family, right? Not even necessarily dressed nice.
Yeah.
And put it in and be like, take this, keep our faces and our bodies looking the same, but make it a nice family photo in a setting of like the forest or whatever, and it can do it.
Yes.
So like,
Yes.
are the days of hiring a photographer for $500 in 5 years gone?
Yeah.
Like you can do your headshots on your own.
Yeah.
Be like, take this picture and make it look like a professional headshot.
There are a lot of careers, including ours, that I wonder
Hi.
how this will impact it in
20 years. Not even.
less than that.
like 7.5.
There's technology right now that can create a podcast, right? From a script.
Forget the podcast. Did you see that fake reporter?
Yes.
She's like, hey, I'm here on the beach. And then a huge like octopus jumps out of the water and she's like, just kidding, I'm fake.
not real. I'm AI. Yeah.
And it looks so real. So at some point they're going to be like, okay, hey, I want my newscaster to look like X, Y, and Z. And here's what I want them to say. Pausing, make this music, make this wipe. Like you can just put it in and they'll just be talking and they don't make mistakes or make bad jokes like we do.
Well, then, on that note,
But there is also I did read an article recently that not our generation, but like, I guess one after you, like maybe my kids
Gen Alpha.
want to move beyond. They want the more real experiences. So they're going to like shy away from tech a little bit.
Love
I don't know
that.
if I believe that because
Love that.
it's just integrated into our life.
I think I told you before, the 12-year-old in my life was like, you guys don't realize how AI dependent you are. And
Oh, really?
It hurt my feelings. Because, you're like, I told you this before on air, and I think that it might have triggered some Alexas at home, but I was like, Alexa, turn the kitchen off. And we got into a thing because she keeps wanting to physically turn the lights off. But it's not that she just feels like she wants to physically touch them versus
Right.
telling a thing to turn it off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is she so right about this? You
Well,
know?
we grew up in the transition of it, right? So I grew up without a cell phone, an iPhone. I had a beeper back in the
Yes.
day in high school.
Yeah.
So like we've transitioned into it. I think when you grow up and it's in your face the whole time, it will be interesting to see how those tweens
Yes. try
Like
it
when
maybe
they're
with that kid.
adults, get off. They're not going to probably give their kids tablets.
Yeah, I would get it too.
Right?
I would totally get it.
I could talk about this forever.
Me too. I'm obsessed. Well, hurricane season's coming up, and that means we have a meeting.
We do. We have a meeting to talk about hurricane season, but we love y'all so much. For the next 30 minutes, we're going to give you news of the day, and we hope you join us for Off Script, your neighborhood video podcast. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. We'll be here tomorrow.
Have a good day, Southwest Florida.
Bye.